Hello, and welcome to Mastering Business English, the podcast for English learners who want to succeed at work. Every episode, we help you learn the words, phrases, and skills you need for business. We cover topics like sales, marketing, and more. So if you want to speak English with confidence at work, you are in the right place.
Good morning, everyone. My name is James, and I am so happy you're joining us today. A little bit about me: I've worked in sales for about 5 years. I have experience selling products and services to businesses, which we call B2B sales, and also directly to customers, which we call B2C sales. Today, I am starting a brand new job at a marketing company, and I have to be honest, I am a little nervous, but I am also very excited.
And hello, everyone. I am Sarah. I am the team manager here at the company where James is starting today. I have been working in business for over 10 years, and before that, I was an English teacher. So helping people communicate clearly and professionally is something I really love. Welcome to the podcast, and welcome to the team, James.
Thank you, Sarah. I feel better already. And hello to all of our listeners. Whether you're on your way to work, at the gym, or sitting at home with a cup of coffee, we are really glad you're here with us today.
That is right. And remember, this podcast is for all levels of English learners. If we say a word you do not know, do not worry. We will always explain it. That is one of our promises to you.
Exactly. So, shall we get into it?
Let's go. Good morning, James. You are right on time. Did you have any trouble finding the office?
Good morning. No, it was easy, thank you. I took the subway and it was only about 20 minutes from my apartment. The office building is beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. We moved here about 2 years ago. Come in. Let me show you around. First, let me take you to the reception desk to get your ID badge.
Oh, yes, I will need that to get in and out of the building, right?
Exactly. Your ID badge gives you access to the building, the office floor, and also the parking garage if you ever drive to work. At reception, they will also give you your laptop and your phone for work.
Wow, a work phone as well. Great. What about the dress code here? I was not completely sure what to wear today, so I went with smart casual.
Smart casual is perfect. Our dress code is relaxed from Monday to Thursday. But on Fridays, we are even more casual. Jeans are fine. And if we have an important client meeting, we dress more formally on that day.
That is really useful to know. So I should check my calendar for client meetings so I know when to dress up.
Exactly. You are already thinking like a professional. Okay, James, let me introduce you to some of the team. This is the main open plan office where most of us work. As you can see, it is an open space. No separate offices except for the meeting rooms over there.
I like it. It feels very collaborative. Everyone can see and talk to each other easily.
That is exactly the idea. Open plan offices are very common in modern companies. They help with communication and teamwork. Ah, here is someone I want you to meet. James, this is David. He is our head of marketing.
Hi, David. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am really looking forward to learning more about what your team does.
David's team handles all of our brand campaigns, social media, and content strategy. You will work very closely with them in your sales role.
That is great. I have always believed that sales and marketing need to work as one team, not separately. I hope we can collaborate a lot.
I love that attitude. Now come this way. I want you to meet Lisa. She will be your direct colleague. You will sit next to each other and share the same client accounts.
Hi, Lisa. It is so nice to meet you. I have heard great things.
Lisa has been with us for 5 years. She knows our clients extremely well. Do not be afraid to ask her anything. She is very approachable.
That is really reassuring, thank you. Lisa, maybe we can find time this week to sit down and you can walk me through the main accounts.
See, James is already taking initiative. That is exactly what we like to see. Okay, everyone, let us get started. Thank you all for joining. I know some of you have a busy morning, so I want to be respectful of your time. Today's agenda has 3 items. First, a welcome for James. Second, a quick update on our Q3 targets. And third, a short overview of the new client project starting next month. Let us begin with item 1. James, would you like to say a few words?
Of course. Hi, everyone. I am James, and I am really thrilled to be joining this team. I have 5 years of experience in sales, mostly in the technology sector. I love building relationships with clients, finding solutions to their problems, and hitting targets. I am someone who works hard, but I also love to laugh, so I hope we have a great time working together. I am here to learn from all of you, and I hope I can bring some value to the team as well.
Wonderful. Thank you, James. Right. Moving on to item 2. As you know, we are now in Q3, which means we are 3/4 of the way through the financial year. Our current target is $1 million in new business. So far, we have reached 60% of that target. That means we still have $400,000 to go. James, welcome to the team. No pressure.
Ha! No pressure at all. So, Sarah, when you say Q3, can you explain that for our listeners at home?
Absolutely. Q3 stands for the third quarter. Most companies divide the year into 4 parts, called quarters. Q1 is January, February, and March. Q2 is April, May, and June. Q3 is July, August, and September. And Q4 is October, November, and December. Quarters help companies track their performance and set targets throughout the year.
And when you say we have reached 60% of our target, that means we have done well. But we still have more work to do?
Exactly. We are on track, but we cannot slow down. Every new client, every deal that closes, it all adds up. Okay, moving on to item 3. Next month, we are starting a very exciting new project with a client in the healthcare industry. Lisa, can you give the team a brief overview? Thank you, Lisa. James, this project will be a great opportunity for you to get involved early and make an impression. Any questions from the team before we close the meeting?
I have one. What does close a deal mean exactly? I want to make sure I am using the right language.
Great question. To close a deal means to successfully finish a sale. When a client agrees to buy your product or service and signs the contract, that is when you close the deal. It is one of the most important phrases in sales English. You will hear it all the time.
Got it. Close the deal. I will remember that.
Okay, everyone, thank you for your time. Let us have a productive day. Meeting adjourned. So, James, how are you feeling after your first morning?
Honestly, a little bit overwhelmed, but in a good way. There is so much to learn, new faces, new systems, new clients. But everyone has been so welcoming. I feel very comfortable already.
That is great to hear. It is completely normal to feel overwhelmed at first. Even very experienced professionals feel that way when they start somewhere new. The important thing is to stay organized and take it one step at a time.
That is good advice. I have already started a notebook with new vocabulary and names I need to remember.
That is a really smart habit. In business, we call that being proactive. It means you do not wait for someone to tell you what to do. You take action yourself.
Proactive. I like that word. Sarah, can I ask you something a little more personal? How did you become a manager? What skills do you think are most important for leadership?
Oh, that is a big question for a lunch break. But I am happy to share. I think the most important skill for a leader is listening. Many people think leadership is about talking, giving orders, making big decisions. But in my experience, the best leaders listen more than they speak. They understand their team, they ask questions, they create a safe space where people feel comfortable sharing ideas.
That is really interesting. And what about communication? How important is that?
Communication is everything in business. Think about it. Every email you write, every meeting you attend, every phone call with a client. It is all communication. If you can communicate clearly and professionally, people trust you. And trust is the foundation of every successful business relationship.
So, for our listeners who are learning business English, do you think improving their English will directly help their career?
100%. I have seen it many times. When someone improves their professional English, their confidence grows. They speak up more in meetings, they write better emails, They build stronger relationships with clients. It changes everything. And that is exactly why this podcast exists.
Could not have said it better myself. Okay, I think my chicken sandwich is getting cold. Shall we eat?
Yes, let us eat. Okay, James, your first task this afternoon is to send an introductory email to one of your new clients. Her name is Ms. Patricia Wong. She is the head of operations at a technology firm called Novatech. Are you ready to give it a try?
Sure. Let me think about how to start. I usually write emails quite casually. Is that okay in business?
It depends on the situation. With a client you already know well, a casual tone can work. But for a first email to a new client, you should always be professional and formal. Let me help you. First, how do you start the email?
I would write, Dear Ms. Wang,
Perfect. Using dear, followed by the person's title and last name, is the correct way to open a formal business email. Never use just their first name in a first email unless they ask you to. What comes next?
I introduce myself, I think. Something like, My name is James, and I am the new account manager at our company.
Good. But let us make it a little more complete. You could say, My name is James, and I am your new account manager at Business Solutions Group. I am writing to introduce myself and to let you know I will be your main point of contact going forward.
Oh, I like that. Point of contact. What does that mean exactly?
Your point of contact is the person a client calls or emails when they have a question or a problem. It means, I am the person responsible for your account. You come to me first.
Got it. And then I should say something about looking forward to working with them?
Yes. A good closing line is, I would love to schedule a short call this week to introduce myself properly and learn more about your current needs. Would you be available for a 15-minute call on Tuesday or Wednesday?
And then how do I close the email?
For a formal email, you can use kind regards or best regards, followed by your full name and your job title. Avoid writing things like cheers or thanks for a first email to a client. That is too casual.
So the full email would sound very professional and polite. And the goal is to get a response and book a meeting?
Exactly. Every first email to a client has one goal: to open the conversation and take the next step. In this case, that is a phone call. Short, clear, professional, and always with a call to action at the end.
Call to action. Is that a marketing term?
It comes from marketing, yes. But in business communication, a call to action just means you ask the other person to do something. Reply to this email, book a meeting, visit our website. You always want the reader to take a next step. James, before you go, how was your first day overall?
Sarah, honestly, it was one of the best first days I've ever had. I met amazing people. I learned so much. And I already feel like part of the team. I am really grateful.
We are grateful to have you. You asked great questions today. You were engaged in the meeting, and you showed a lot of initiative. First impressions matter in business, and yours was excellent.
Thank you. That means a lot. I do have a few action items for tomorrow. I want to review all my client accounts, send my introductory emails, and set up a one-on-one meeting with Lisa to go over the accounts together.
That is a great plan. Very organized. One tip before you go: at the end of each day, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things you learned and 3 things you want to do tomorrow. It keeps you focused and makes sure nothing falls through the cracks.
I love that. Falls through the cracks. Does that mean something gets forgotten?
Exactly. If something falls through the cracks, it means it was forgotten or missed, usually because things were too busy. In business, you always want to make sure nothing important is overlooked.
Great phrase. I will add it to my vocabulary notebook. Sarah, thank you so much for today. You have been an incredible mentor.
That is what I am here for. Now go home, rest, and come back tomorrow ready to close some deals.
You got it. Good night, everyone. And thank you to all our listeners for spending part of your day with us. We will see you next time.
Okay, listeners, before we say goodbye, let us do a full recap of everything James and I covered today. This is a great time to pause the video, review your notes, and make sure you have learned the key phrases.
In today's episode, we followed my first day at a new job. We started by arriving at the office, collecting an ID badge, and learning about the dress code. We talked about smart casual, formal dress, and when to dress up.
Then we met some colleagues. We practiced how to introduce yourself, and we learned phrases like walk me through it, take initiative, and approachable.
In the team meeting, we learned essential business vocabulary: agenda, quarter, financial year, target, on track, close a deal, and meeting adjourned.
Over lunch, we talked about professional skills, being proactive, the importance of listening, and why communication is the foundation of every business relationship.
And in the afternoon, we practiced writing a professional email, from the opening line to the point of contact, to the call to action and the closing sign off.
Finally, we ended the day with some planning vocabulary. Action items, one on one meetings, falls through the cracks, and the importance of staying organized.
That is a lot of business English in one episode. But remember, you do not need to learn everything at once. Go back, listen again, and practice the phrases that are most useful for your job.
Thank you so much for listening to Mastering Business English. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a comment. Tell us, what was your favorite phrase from today's episode? We read every single comment.
And if you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend or a colleague who is also learning business English. The more people we can help, the better.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember,
Your English gets better every single day.